we've gone from aliens and wizards to robots, but Marvel will one-up the big three again. Yep, Feige's saying that Kang's worst, and Ant-Man 3 will show it. Why? Well, Kang the Conqueror could give our hero everything he'd want. I mean, if you've gone through everything Scott Lang did, wouldn't you at least listen to someone who can legit shape and change reality?
We just crossed the threshold.
And that's exactly the carrot Kang's going to dangle in front of Scott as he offers to give him back the time he'd lost in the blip. You guys see where his morals might become tricky, right? Cause that was years he'd lost with his family, with Cassie. So it's certainly gonna be an easy bargaining chip for Kang to bring up. But why? Well, even with all his powers, we know from Loki that he's choosing some people to bring to his side, some very powerful players like Sylvie. So think about it. If Lang understands the quantum realm so well, wouldn't Kang wants something it can offer, even if he has to get it through Janet. And then after that, his ideas to change the timeline would work on an atomic level. See, I feel like where Thanos wanted to restart everything with a big bang, Kang's been playing the long game to slowly change everything until he's got what he wants.
I will burn out of time.
He's got Cassie.
We'll stop him together.
You think you can beat me?
And if we're gonna believe his spiel from Loki, that's been going on for a very, very long time, which means we could bet on his victory this time around, cause come on, Phase 5 needs to move forward with a big threat for our heroes. But this time, they're gonna be asking themselves, should we defeat him? What happens if they don't? Well, for one, a multiversal war, though that may be another Tuesday for some of these guys, but perhaps not for Ant-Man. See, I think most of us can agree that Scott's constant shock at this universe and its superheroes is like the MCU fans are on screen too. But now if he chooses to not stop Kang, somehow we're going to be one step closer to the reality of the universe breaking, and that for the most part will be on him.
No, Scott. Insane is going to Germany without telling us and fighting the Avengers. Just tell me you weren't lying about the suit you took. Tell me you really destroyed it.
I did. I destroyed it, I swear.
Y'all think he could keep on fighting with that? Now, as the director, Peyton Reed has teased, this will be the biggest adventure Ant-Man and the Wasp have gone on. So even though I'm sure that they'll continue to play a big role in the MCU cause of it, not that confident if there's going to be strict good guys and bad guys this time around. Kind of like the vibe of Civil War, but on a much bigger scale. Which means, whatever happens with this film, Phase 5 will be ramping up big time. And I doubt we're not going to at least tap into the second season of Loki as well. Or is Kang always going to be moving on to the next? Cause the blip seems like nothing to this man.
Into all-out war. Each variant fighting to preserve their universe and annihilate the others. This is almost the end, ladies and gentlemen, of everything and everyone.
So what does the Conqueror want? Honestly, the best we've got are some theories of how far his power could go. See, we know that he's one of the most powerful Kang variants out there, but what exactly does that mean? Is the only other being capable of defeating him another version of himself? Whether or not that's gonna be true, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, we know that he's got some pull in the quantum realm as well, cause the trailers for Ant-Man Quantumania have shown how Lang is either going to defeat him or going to go down with him. I swear, if after everything, Feige doesn't give this man a chance to chill with his daughter again, I'm going to talk with Marvel, especially because, you know, it's only about to get worse from here. When did we catch a break after Thanos was first revealed? And compared to the legit walking time stone we've got now, he looks like a fun challenge the Avengers got through. Well, for the most part. Yikes. Still, so we know that he can move through time and space. Wonderful. But there's one thing. He's always spent the most time fighting himself. Yep, remember how he went on a whole history lesson with Loki? Yeah, is he in the quantum realm to find a way of defeating his variants? Cause we know that all of them want to conquer the universe, but there can be only one winner. So the question then becomes, can this version truly destroy the MCU? Well, he's defeated the Avengers before, and we've got Majors playing the role, so he could win. Come on, weren't you guys almost convinced by his speech in Loki, and how Majors just seemed to add a bit of end-of-the-world fun to that?
You may not want her to watch this.
We had a deal.
Like, add that to us learning how he casually asked Scott whether he's killed him before because he's an Avenger. Ding ding ding, we've got a winner on our hands, especially with the Infinity Stones being in danger as well. Because look, even if those stones can also make good paperweights, the people keeping them right now are keeping the structure of the MCU stable. So as more Kangs come in, we could either use those variants' help or the stones are gonna get destroyed in a flash, which that's never happened before and I'm sure could leave Wong in very early retirement. But as it goes with Marvel, Major has nicely kept the secrets of his role under wrap. And though that's fair enough, like we saw in the trailers, there's gonna be a couple of moments when his creepy, calm exterior goes away. Because remember, he's more than just the master of manipulation. The man legit goes blue Super Saiyan, which if you look closely, his powers look like Loki's. Well, with blue eyes and some insane alien technology.
He can rewrite existence and shatter timelines. You cannot trust him.
Still, that means Scott will be able to trip his last nerve and leave him to reveal his true self. And Majors recently talked about who he was channeling for that performance. And it's not who we were expecting. Seriously, we somehow have Iron Man to thank for Jonathan's incredible acting. Come on, did anyone guess that? But when you look back on where we started with Tony Stark and his multi-billion-dollar attitude, it makes sense. In a recent interview with Deadline at their Sundance studio, the actor went into detail about the process. See, his main goal was to understand where to get focus and strength when creating a man whose only goal in life is to conquer and destroy. So of course he's asked, isn't he a conqueror? Well, consider Alexander the Great, understand Genghis Khan, or begin with Julius Caesar, who was a Roman general. These were the people that would have allowed him to perform as someone who's always been there, always been waiting for his time, because he's known he's going to conquer them all. So of course, he'd consider the superhero of superheroes who had always waited to see how smart the other person was, just so he knew how to one-up that. Isn't that genius? I mean, maybe not exactly the legacy Iron Man would have wanted, but now we might be seeing the supervillain of all supervillains. And that's kinda always where Marvel wanted to go, right? In fact, Feige's always wanted to take it a step further with the threats MCU faces. But that's got to make you question, when is it enough? When do they all put the shield down? Because not everyone's gonna get a chance to go back in time and return for a couple of dances, though we might just have to wait for an answer to that by the end of this phase.
The collection unit activates when you decouple it. It should automatically start absorbing quantum healing particles.
Also, make sure you stay out of the tardigrade field.
As for right now, everyone's getting ready to see what the Ant-Man can do against this new villain. What do you guys think? Is he going to fight him to the end? Or can't there be just one victor this time? We'll have to see when the film finally drops on 17th February. That's been all the reasons Kang the Conqueror is the biggest threat Ant-Man and the MCU have seen yet.